Lin Bai traveled through Dijia and was bound to the Wanjie Inventory System. As long as you create inventory videos related to characters in the world, you can receive rewards. So, Lin Bai directly released inventory of the 10 strange laws of the world, starting with smoke without harm. As is well known, in combat, if a party receives a super skill attack and generates a large amount of smoke, the party receiving the attack will definitely not be injured. This law is universal in all worlds. Wanjie was amazed by the situation, and countless people reviewed their battle scenes, feeling that this law was completely true. Next up. Transform into invincible. Since ancient times, I have lost on the left side of the wave. Blackening is 10 times stronger, washing is 3 times weaker. With the exposure of these laws, while becoming a spectator of Lin Bai eating melons in the various heavens and worlds, Lin Bai also became the strongest in the heavens with video rewards. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Crossing the Ultras. Wanjie Inventory System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Crossing the Ultras. Wanjie Inventory System. The night is getting dark. In a cafe on the street corner, a handsome male journalist was displayed on the screen, reporting on the story of Diego Ultraman. When everyone turns into light, infinite faith and hope turn into energy, resurrecting Diga Ultraman, the evil god Gatanjal is no longer a match for this ancient giant. On that day, Diga Ultraman once again saved all humanity. In the corner, Victory Team pilot Lena held her cheeks in both hands and looked at the man on the screen, her eyes overflowing with love. A figure came to her side, accompanied by a clear voice. "Hello beauty, may I ask, is there anyone next to you?" Lena looked up with a smile on her eyebrows and eyes. She first ordered 2 cups of coffee, then pointed to the screen and looked at the man in front of her with a light smile. "I still like the serious way you look in front of the camera," she said. The man sat beside him with a smile and said, "Work is already tiring enough. If we keep a straight face, it would be so boring. By the way, why are you dating here today?" Lena's face turned slightly red and she said, "Lin Bai, today is not a date. I came with the captain's instructions." "So, you're on a mission?" Lin Bai chuckled lightly. "That's right." Facing Lin Bai's smile, Lena's voice rang out again. "Now, the ruler of darkness, the evil god Gatanjal, has been defeated by Diga. Human life has returned to tranquility, but the ancient team members have bid farewell to the victory team and are nowhere to be found. Our captain wants me to ask you, based on your understanding of Daegu, or rather, Diga Ultraman, what actions will he or they take next? And, will there be any more terrifying monsters on Earth than Gatanjal? And where will all humans go?" This question is actually not easy to answer. Because Lin Bai cannot determine whether he is in the world of Diga, the TV world, or the Ultra world. If it's just TV, the story will come to an end when Diga defeats Gatanjal, but if we look at the entire Ultra world, from its vast and complex worldview, humans never have a peaceful time, and Gatanjal, among all the super beasts and cosmic monsters, is not the most powerful. "Lin Bai, what are you thinking?" When Lin Bai was lost in thought, Lena couldn't help but ask. Diga Ultraman is the giant of light, and his mission to protect Earth should not end here. As for monsters, there may be even more terrifying beings than Gatanjal, perhaps. Will appear on Earth in parallel worlds. But in the last half of the sentence, Lin Bai didn't say anything, and Lena nodded thoughtfully. "Hello, your coffee." The waitress served 2 cups of coffee, and Lin Bai took a sip. Amidst the steaming heat, his gaze gradually became distant. Lin Bai is a traveler. In his past life, he was a journalist. One night, while discussing the origin of humanity with his beautiful boss, he died suddenly from overwork. Then, when he opened his eyes, he traveled across this world. At first arriving here, Lin Bai's heart was very flustered. After all, this place is different from the Earth star in previous lifetimes. Monsters can appear at any time. He is a flesh and blood weak chicken, not to mention a hard and tough monster. Even if the opponent's AoE is within a certain range, he cannot bear it. But the expected golden finger did not appear for a long time, so Lin Bai could only worry and find a way to survive. In order to make a living, he started his old profession by relying on his understanding of the world of Dijia, specializing in reporting supernatural phenomena. Therefore, Lin Bai often interacts with the winning team. And Lina, in the process of dealing with both parties, gradually developed a liking for Lin Bai. In the end, Lin Bai intercepted Daegu and took Lina into his pocket. Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully activating the Wanjie Inventory System. At this moment, a mechanical sound suddenly sounded in Lin Bai's mind, and at the same time, a virtual light curtain suddenly appeared before his eyes. System. Lin Bai was stunned for a moment when he saw this. He looked at the light curtain in front of him and then glanced at Lina in front of him. At this moment, Lina was drinking coffee and didn't notice anything unusual. He scanned around again, but the others in the coffee shop did not notice the appearance of this light curtain. Lin Bai can be certain that only he can see this light curtain himself. Before traveling, he had also read many novels and knew that this was a standard accessory for travelers. Even Gatanger is gone, and the plot of Diga is almost over before this system comes. Is there a mistake? Just as Lin Bai was surprised, the light curtain in front of him suddenly changed. Friendly reminder. The host can access real footage of any person, story, or scene from all over the world, perform post-production work such as editing and dubbing, and produce videos. The Wanjie Inventory System can spread the videos produced by the host to different universes and time and space, allowing all intelligent beings to watch based on various factors such as the quality, characters, story, and influence of the video produced by the host. The host will receive relevant rewards. At the same time, the host can also decide whether to grant rewards to the inventoried. Inventory. With the emergence of the system's function, Lin Bai also understood its function, but what he didn't expect was that the system was actually a worldwide inventory. Wanjie Inventory. Can we say that not only can we inventory the characters in the Ultraman world where I am currently located, but we can also inventory characters such as Hokage, Pirates, Dragon Ball, and Death God. Thinking of this, Lin Bai's eyes lit up. If it's just an inventory of a single world, such as the world of Dijia, there's really nothing to count. After a lot of twists and turns, it's at most counting the strength of super beasts and counting the super ancient giants. Then, it's basically gone. And the creativity of the world is greatly enhanced. Just this first inventory, what's good to inventory? The strongest combat power of the top 10 anime series. The strongest villain in all worlds. Lin Bai frowned and pondered for a while, then shook his head secretly, feeling that the inventory of strength was somewhat inappropriate. After all, strength is a thing that cannot be compared between people from different worlds, time and space. Otherwise, it may have a negative impact. For example, the top combat power in the world of Ultraman, the mysterious 4-Ows, and the strongest combat power in the world of Dragon Ball, all kings. Who will be ranked in front of whom? Mysterious 4-Ows in front of all kings. Some people will not agree. Is the entire king in front of the mysterious 4-Ows? Another group of people also disagree. After all, they are not in the same plane and have not really fought. No one dares to say that one side can win the other side steadily. So for the first time releasing a video, if we release this kind of comparative strength inventory, it will offend some people no matter what. It will directly affect one's rewards and rewards. So, what should we take inventory of? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. Light curtain that runs through endless plains. Wanjie. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Chapter 2. Light curtain that runs through endless plains. The 10 strange laws of the world. Drip by drop. Just as Lin Bai was pondering, Lina's communicator rang. She first apologized and smiled at Lin Bai. After connecting, she said a few words before cutting off contact with the other person. Our captain called me and said, if you don't know the answers to the questions just now, there's no need to rush to answer. Lina said to Lin Bai, and she also arranged for new city team members to visit some super ancient relics. Hearing this, Lin Bai wanted to roast. As is well known, in all worlds where Ultraman exists, when team members go on missions, 9 out of 10 will encounter supernatural events, either monster attacks or extraterrestrial invasion of Earth. This is the iron law of the Ultra world. Wait, iron rule. Thinking of this, Lin Bai was suddenly taken aback. That's right. Why do we have to take stock of our combat effectiveness? In the comprehensive manga, there are various laws, some of which are even universal to all heavens and worlds. Isn't this an excellent direction for inventory? The more Lin Bai thought about it, the more he felt that it was possible. By following the law of inventory, I was able to avoid comparison. There should not be too many adverse reactions, and there should be jokes and funny points. With these 2 points, you may also receive feedback beyond imagination. As long as the video is excellent enough, whether it's rewards from various heavens and worlds or rewards given by the system, it shouldn't be too bad. Lina, are you busy? Lin Bai's heart was already surging and he couldn't wait to make a video for release. So he said to Lina, if you're very busy, we can arrange another location another day. Ah. I'm not busy. Lina hesitated slightly before responding, our captain just gave me a day off. No, I think you should be very busy, Lin Bai said. Lina felt that Lin Bai had changed, and as for where it had changed, she couldn't say, as if suddenly unwilling to date her. In the end, in Lina's melancholic gaze, Lin Bai found an excuse to end this non-date date. After all, after the system arrives, even women cannot affect their speed of becoming stronger. Returning home, Lin Bai sat in a chair, lost in thought. There are too many characters in the heavens and realms, and there are also too many laws derived from them. If we count all of them, it would appear too chaotic and too long. Moreover, some laws, which lack dissemination and ornamental value, appear ordinary and unremarkable. If we count these, it is obvious that there will not be much response. So the inventory of this law series needs to be interesting enough and eye-catching enough. Lin Bai pondered for a long time. List out one by one the famous and gimmicky laws of the anime I have watched in my past life. 10 in a row. Lin Bai felt that it was almost enough, but if there were more, it would appear verbose. Then he silently recited, open the system panel. The air in front of him suddenly twisted faintly, and a visible light appeared. A virtual light curtain appeared before him, emitting a faint blue luster. Lin Bai did not delay the time and directly entered the video creation area. For the first video of the inventory, let's choose the smoke without harm law. After a moment of contemplation, Lin Bai determined the first law to be inventoried in his heart. Smoke without harm. This is a classic old law that exists universally in all heavens and realms, including but not limited to Ultraman Plane, Death Plane, Dragon Ball Plane, Hokage, Pirates. Wait. Each plane has this law, which also means that he can immediately attract audiences from different planes. The more audience base he has, the more rewards he will naturally receive. After determining the first law, with the help of the system, Lin Bai quickly reviewed all the comics, and for a moment, his whole person became passionate and excited. It seems like going back to the time when I was watching anime in front of the TV. However, this time, what he watched was not anime, but rather like opening up a god's perspective, reading the real scenes of all the anime in the universe. Of course, Lin Bai was not idle while watching. After careful consideration, he sometimes accelerated, paused, and then retreated, capturing highly representative scenes from several planes. Then edited into a video, write the copy, and add music. It took Lin Bai most of the night to successfully edit this video. He carefully watched the video inside the screen several times to ensure everything was safe. Lin Bai added a title and introduction to it. The heavens and the realms are boundless, with countless planes and strong figures standing tall. One after another, talented and stunning individuals emerge, dedicating themselves to various scenes and unintentionally creating the beloved law. The 10 strange laws of the wandering realm. After finishing these, Lin Bai checked again and confirmed that there were no errors, then click on Publish. Soon, 4 words appeared on the system panel: successfully published. Buzzing, an invisible wave suddenly emerged from the system panel and surged straight into the sky. In an instant, the endless night was torn apart by a great force, and a brilliant light burst forth, accompanied by the rumbling thunder, spreading to every corner of the heavens and all worlds. When the infinite golden light dims, a huge scroll slowly unfolds in the sky, forming a light curtain. This light curtain is too vast, spanning between heaven and earth, and then spreading to countless planes. At this moment, not only in the world of Dijia where Lin Bai is located, but also in the entire Ultraman plane, Dragon Ball plane, Fire Shadow plane, Pirate plane, Death God plane, Endless plane, numerous strong players, all shocked. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. The World Startles. Mysterious 4 Olympics joining hands. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. The World Startles. A mysterious existence that cannot be shaken by the collaboration of the 4 Olympians. The Kingdom of Light. Exactly. Ah. Ha. The moment the light appeared, it attracted the attention of many Ultramen. These Ultramen, at this moment, were all emitting suspicious voices, looking at the light with a surprised and guarded expression. The King of Ut and the Mother of Ut were also stunned for a moment, and they exchanged glances, unable to figure out what was going on. Why did the Parliament of Light suddenly see such a scene? Under the gaze of many Ultramen, the light became increasingly dazzling, with golden light shining in every corner of the Kingdom of Light, shining brilliantly as if arriving at the Kingdom of Gold. At the same time, everyone's Ultraman can clearly perceive that this light contains a powerful force that is indescribable. All Ultramen clearly felt that even their own lives were threatened. No one knows what this golden light is, no one knows what they will face next. They only know that this radiance poses a huge threat to themselves and even the entire Kingdom of Light. Therefore, at the moment when the light curtain appears, a mysterious 4AO that is rarely seen on weekdays, surprisingly appears together at this moment. Mysterious 4AO glanced at each other, nodded, and a certain tacit understanding had already been reached in their hearts. Saiga Ultraman took the lead in taking action. He extended his right hand and pulled out a blade with a miraculous glow from the Sakya aura in his left arm, heading straight towards the light shining on the sky. This blade can cut open planets. Then, Noah Ultraman also began to unleash his power, and flames began to envelop his fist. He swung his fist suddenly, and a huge pillar of fire erupted from his hand, targeting the same light above the sky. And Regarder directly unleashed the Legend of Sparks, and in an instant, a brilliant and endless power burst forth. Initially, Regio used this move to destroy the strongest weapon in the universe, the Giga Endora. The last one to take action was the King of Ut, who extended his hands and 2 rays suddenly shot out from them. At this moment, the 4 mysteries simultaneously took action, constantly unleashing powerful forces. The speed of the 4 powerful forces is extremely fast, and all Ultramen are now watching with expertise. Bomb! A deafening roar suddenly rang out, and the dazzling light obscured it. Cha! Ha! The Ultramen of the Kingdom of Light stared intently at the sky, eager to know the final outcome. The mysterious four arcades are so powerful that they can still take action at the same time. Compared to them, they can definitely eliminate this strange radiance. However, when the power of the mysterious four orcs faded away, the Ultramen were horrified to discover that the golden light curtain was still shining brightly in mid-air. Ga! Saiga Ultraman was stunned for a moment, deeply shocked in his heart. The four of them took action at the same time, but none of them could solve this problem. The King of Ultraman and all the Ultraman of other kingdoms of light were also plunged into indescribable shock. On the other side, Menbius Ultraman is currently battling monsters. I saw him shoot a beam of light towards the monster, and the latter dodged as he walked. The light hit the building and split it in half. Xiang Yuan Dragon showed a painful expression. It's like a mask of pain. The monster began to counterattack, attacking one after another towards Menbius Ultraman. Menbius Ultraman also began to dodge, and these attacks ultimately fell into the city, destroying countless high-rise buildings. For a moment, the scene was very chaotic. At this moment, a red light had already lit up in Menbius's chest, and his energy was running low. Seeing this, he also directly combined his hands into a cross and activated a golden light. The light attacked the monster, which had already been consumed and could not resist the light, causing it to explode on the spot. The battle is over. Menbius stood amidst the ruins of countless high-rise buildings, with his head held high and his hands on his hips. He was very satisfied with the outcome of his battle. The monster was defeated by him, and the people were safe again. Not far away, people are still ecstatic about the victory of Mobius. However, the next second, a piercing sound suddenly came. What kind of combat style are you? What are you guarding on Earth? Look around you. Isn't there nothing to protect here? Xiang Yuan Dragon roared loudly at Menbiu, looking at the city that had become ruins with a very painful expression on his face. Upon hearing this, Menbiu also glanced at the ruins and slowly lowered his head. As is well known, Ultraman has facial paralysis and cannot see any changes in his expression, nor can he analyze his psychological state through his facial expressions. At this moment, a golden light suddenly emerged from the sky and gradually transformed into a huge light curtain. The painful expression of Xiang Yuan Dragon disappeared, replaced by fear. Menbiu thought there was another monster invasion and immediately put on a fighting posture, ready to fight at any time. However, after a while, no monsters appeared. Menbius, Sagra Ryu, and the onlookers were all stunned. What is the situation? Hokage World. Come on, keep betting. This time, I want to win back everything I lost. Truly worthy of being a big fat sheep with wooden leaves. Lord Gangsho, we agreed not to gamble anymore. Silent, please speak less nonsense. On the other hand, Gangsho is still addicted to gambling and unable to extricate himself. Just as a few people were rolling dice, a golden light curtain suddenly appeared above the sky. Master Tsunade. Look. What is this? Silent's face changed greatly, looking very exaggerated. She held the dolphin tightly in her arms with one hand and pointed to the light curtain above the sky, feeling extremely frightened. Upon seeing this, Gangsho raised his head and frowned, feeling both surprised and shocked in his heart. In front of Wilderness Lin's grave, Kakashi placed a bouquet of flowers. In the dark, a man wearing a mask quietly looked at Kakashi's back, clenched his fists, and the hatred in his eyes grew stronger. Kakashi didn't notice that someone was staring at him in the dark. He just silently looked at the grave of Wilderness Lin in front of him, intending to say something. However, before he could speak, a dazzling golden light suddenly appeared on the sky. He looked up and was stunned for a moment. What is this? Kakashi stood still, his only exposed eye full of surprise. The mysterious masked man, who had been hiding in the dark, slowly lifted his head at this moment. His mask is very unique, with only one eye, and it is made like a vortex, converging towards that only eye. What is the situation? The hatred in his eyes disappeared instantly, replaced by fear. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Wanjie Expectations, the first to be inventory. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Wanjie Expectations, what was the first one to be counted? On the moon. What is this thing? Can't even see through reincarnation. The reincarnation eye is trembling. The people of the Big Barrel Wooden House and other members of the Big Barrel Wooden Clan looked at the sudden appearance of the golden light curtain, and then at the trembling giant reincarnation eyes. In their clear eyes, there were also waves of panic. In all these years, it was the first time that the person from the Big Barrel Wooden House had seen a trembling reincarnation eye. He tried hard to see the light curtain clearly, wanting to know what was going on, but his eyes suddenly hurt. 2 lines of blood and tears flowed down his pupils, and he quickly closed his eyes, afraid to take another look. Sharon. Other members of the Otoku tribe quickly withdrew their gaze upon seeing the situation. There is even a premonition in his heart that if he continues to try to see through this light curtain with his reincarnation eyes, he will be blind. These 2 lines of blood and tears were just warnings given to him by the light curtain. In the current situation, Sharon no longer dared to use his reincarnation eyes to see through the light curtain, but instead put away chakra and tried to look at the light curtain without any thoughts. Sharon, your eyes. I'm fine. Sharon shook his head to indicate a small problem. Sure enough, as long as he didn't try to look with his reincarnated eyes, his eyes wouldn't be hurt. At this moment, large characters gradually appeared in the light curtain. What is this world of heaven and earth? Is there any other world besides the ninja realm and our moon? I don't know, I haven't heard of it before. What kind of force can achieve this? Even reaching out to the moon. Even the reincarnation eye in front of him is not worth mentioning. I thought the reincarnation eye was invincible, but I didn't expect there to be even more powerful. What is this method? Is it pupillary surgery? Isn't the world I live in the only one? At this moment, the entire ninja realm is also fully focused on watching the golden light appearing above the sky. One Piece world. The heavens and all realms. On the boundless sea, Luffy slowly took off his yellow straw hat and quietly looked at the light curtain above the sky. Is there not only enormous wealth on the sea, but also all the heavens and all the realms at the end of the sea? What kind of world is the So called all heavens and all realms? Luffy murmured to himself, while Sauron, Nami, and others beside him were also lost in thought. This is the first time they have seen such a scene. The original goal of Luffy was to become the Pirate King. Now, with the emergence of the second light curtain, his ideas have become more bold. In Panga City, the 5 old stars gather together. A few people looked up at the sudden golden light above the sky, their hearts filled with fear. What exactly is this thing in the sky? Sartan frowned and pointed to the golden light above the sky, opening his mouth first to break the silence around him. I don't know, it suddenly appeared in the sky. Nesoro's expression was very ugly, as if facing something unspeakable and indescribable great terror. He could clearly feel that it was so powerful that it gave people a feeling that even if the 5 old stars were shooting at the same time, they were not their opponents. He doesn't understand where this thing comes from or why it appears here. The expressions of Satan Saint and Nasoran Saint were very ugly. The expressions of the other 3 are also not very attractive. This is Panga City. They are the 5 old stars, the nobles of the world, the heavenly dragon people, and the highest power in the world. Now, suddenly this thing appears in Panga City, and they still can't see through it. Report this matter to Lord IMM quickly. Okay. On the other side. Before the 5 old stars could report this matter, had already seen the very dazzling light. He watched helplessly as the golden light gradually transformed into a huge light curtain, with a look of shock in his eyes. He could feel that his strength was not worth mentioning in front of this light curtain. Fortunately, this light curtain did not show any hostility towards him, nor did it show any intention of taking action. At this moment, a few large characters appeared in the light curtain. The heavens and the realms are boundless, with countless planes and strong figures standing tall. One after another, talented and stunning individuals emerge, dedicating themselves to various scenes and unintentionally creating the beloved law. The 10 strange laws of the wandering realm. Is there any other world? Strange laws. What is this? IMM frowned, his face very ugly, unable to understand what was happening with the golden light curtain. What is the relationship between the strange laws of the universe and this light curtain? Lord M. Suddenly, a light curtain appeared in the sky. What should we do? At this moment, the 5 old stars arrived and knelt in front of IMM, shouting loudly. Upon hearing this, IMM didn't speak. He just continued to quietly tilt his head and look at the light curtain above the sky. You guys, step back. This light curtain, even I don't have the strength to compete with it. IMM looked at the 5 old stars and spoke. What? Even Lord IMM doesn't have the strength to compete with him. What exactly is the origin of this light curtain? Upon hearing these words, the 5 old stars immediately sweated profusely. Even Lord IMM cannot compete with it. The 5 old stars slowly receded. So, what would be the first law to be counted? Who is the first person to be counted? IMM stared intently at the light curtain above the sky and couldn't help but murmur to himself. He is very curious about the laws in the light curtain, what they refer to. More curious, who would be the person being counted? Hokage World. In a dark corner. Yuji Boban lay on the bed, emitting a breath of death all over his body. Now, he looks like a dead tree. Even in his reincarnation eyes, there was no vitality left. Beside him, the masked man stood quietly in place, only gazing at the spot that was already a dying person. The inventoried can also receive certain rewards. Ban spoke with a hoarse voice. Just saying this sentence has already consumed the vast majority of his energy. Reincarnation. A natural skill. In his heart, he suddenly had a bold idea. If he could be counted and receive the reward of this light curtain, he would have the condition to release the innate technique of reincarnation and completely resurrect himself. Although he now possesses the eye of reincarnation and has the prerequisite to release the innate skill of reincarnation, his ability to survive now relies on the external demon image to renew his life, and he cannot even release this skill. Perhaps after being counted by this light screen, he will be able to unleash the natural technique of reincarnation. This made Ban's heartbeat a bit faster. As the god of the ninja realm, his life can be said to have ups and downs. Yuji Boban believes that there is a probability that he will be counted. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. 10th. The Law of No Harm with Smoke. Kneel down. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. 10th. The Law of No Harm with Smoke. If he can truly unleash the innate technique of reincarnation himself, then he doesn't need to go to the Daitu and Changmen. Think of this. On Ban's decayed cheeks, a hopeful expression appeared, and his mood was also extremely hopeful, looking forward to the moment when he was counted. Just. What exactly is this law? Do I meet the requirements or not? Ban shifted his gaze to the word law again. He has now placed all hope on this screen of light. As for Daitu and Changmen, one light cares about women, and another light cares about bringing pain to the world. Compared to these two people, Uchiha believes more that this light curtain can resurrect him. Nowadays, Uchiha is on the brink of death, and it won't be long before he completely dies. He only hopes that this light curtain can truly count him and reward him with a reincarnation innate skill. Dai too stood on the side, quietly watching Yuji Boban, without speaking for a while. During this period, he has been wandering around in the name of Ban. But no one knows, the true spot looks like withered. All the heavens and all the realms are focused on the sudden appearance of the light curtain above the sky, and everyone is curious about what this strange law is. At the same time, I am also pondering whether I will be counted and rewarded accordingly. At this moment, the image within the light curtain changes again. 10 Strange Laws of the Wandering Realm, 10th. Smoking without injury, the theme has finally emerged. Immediately following is a large line of explanations. As is well known, in combat, if a side is attacked by a super skill and generates a large amount of smoke, the attacked side will definitely not be injured. This law is universal in all worlds. Everyone in the heavens and all realms is staring closely at the scene within the light curtain. The Kingdom of Light, what? Ha! Cha! After seeing the theme, the Mysterious Four and many Ultramen were momentarily stunned. Is there smoke but no harm? If it's just such a title, it may be a bit difficult to understand, but combined with textual explanations, everyone understands this law. Is smoking harmless? Diga stared at the light curtain and suddenly recalled that he had triggered this law when fighting monsters on Earth. Some monsters launched attacks on him, which indeed caused huge smoke, but could not cause any harm to him. So, can he be counted? Apart from Diga, many Ultramen are also pondering in their hearts whether they will count themselves. After all, smoking without injury is a classic old law. Among these Ultramen, many have experienced countless battles and triggered this law, so they feel that they may also be counted. And at this moment, in the world of Hokage, smoke, no harm. Yuji Boban was stunned for a moment. He carefully recalled whether the two of them had ever seen such scenes during the fight between himself and the pillar. I still remember it was a distant night, and he used 1,000 hands between the 1,000-handed pillars. He used all his strength, and the two fought fiercely. The result of the battle was that Qianshou Zhujian used the top Buddha to manipulate 1,000 fists of the true thousands of hands to launch an attack on Ban, and only then did he destroy his complete body and beard, Zuning Hu. And before that, the two fought for a long time. It seems. Probably. There are scenes of smoke and no harm, right? Yuji Boban struggled to recall the battle between him and the pillar. The Uchiha and Qianshou clans have been in constant conflict, and he has also engaged in multiple battles with Zhu Jian, not just the one that opened the Valley of End. He began to reminisce about other battles. On the other side, Yuji Bo led two to ponder. Use the detonating symbol to give me a chance, and when it's about to explode, I'll use the divine power space accordingly. Is it considered smoke-free and harmless? He even has a brilliant idea. Ban, do we still need to continue with our plan? Daitu suddenly looked at Yuji Boban again and asked a question. No. He struggled to utter a word. He plans to first see who this light curtain will count, and then consider his own plan. Yuji Boban originally planned to separate his two reincarnation eyes, one for Changmen and the other for Daitu. When the time is ripe, directly let Changmen release the innate technique of reincarnation to resurrect themselves. Whether it's Changmen or Daitu, in his eyes, they are just tools. What kind of unlimited monthly reading, it's just deceiving people like Dai Tuesday. And now, with such a sudden change, Uchiha plans to postpone it for a while. If he could unleash the innate technique of reincarnation on his own, he wouldn't need the Longmen and Daitu. He can also advance his next plan a period of time. Dragon Ball World. During the battle, if a side is subjected to a super strong attack and produces a large amount of smoke, it will definitely not be injured. Sun Wukong murmured these words, his eyebrows slightly furrowed. Ha! In that case, wouldn't everyone in our world have to be counted? Wu Fan spoke up. There are scenes of smoke and no harm, but he has seen too many. This light screen will also reward the inventoriers, it's probably not that simple. They should choose more exaggerated scenes for inventory. I just don't know who the first person to be counted will be. What would be his combat effectiveness? Sun Wukong spoke up, saying that he had seen many scenes where there was smoke but no harm. Since we need to inventory the heavens and all realms, there is a high probability that the people in this world will also be counted. The most important thing is that the inventoried individuals can also receive corresponding rewards, and they don't know what they will get. The Turtle Fairy is very curious about the rewards mentioned in the light curtain. And on the other side, the Demon Bureau is also closely monitoring the content inside the light curtain at this moment. Since there is no harm from smoking, it must be my portion. I want to see what rewards this light curtain will bring me. Mo Renbuo is very confident in himself and believes that the light curtain will definitely count him. So at this moment, his heart also appears very hopeful. In the world of Dragon Ball, everyone is fully focused on staring at the huge light curtain above the sky. One Piece World. On the boundless sea. What law is this? It's really strange. Lu Fei could not help but murmur a roast, which was as strange as the title said. After seeing the 4 big characters, smoke without harm, I'm also fell into contemplation and began to look forward to the first person to be counted. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Diga on the list. Origin of Ultras. Eternal Distance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Diga on the list. Origin of Ultras. Plasma Spark Tower. At this moment, the heavens and all realms are looking forward to the appearance of the first person to be counted. There are also countless people who have experienced scenes where there is no harm from smoking, thinking that they will be counted and rewarded when the time comes. I also feel a great anticipation and excitement in my heart. After all, the law of smoke without harm is a classic old law that appears in almost all anime. So many people feel that they will be counted after seeing the first rule of no harm with smoke, which is understandable. I saw a sudden change in the screen of light spreading across the heavens and all realms. Due to the universal nature of this law across all worlds, there are too many triggers. Therefore, this video intends to select a representative character from several planes, each plane. For inventory, it is indeed impossible to conduct a complete inventory. Among all worlds, there is someone whispering softly. For this inventory method, they can also understand that there are too many people triggering the law, and it is impossible to complete the inventory. In this case, only representative characters or scenes can be selected for inventory. Moreover, this also means that the characters who can make it to the list must have very high value, otherwise they would not be selected to represent a certain plane or world. Therefore, everyone is staring intently at the light curtain, hoping for the announcement of the first representative. Amidst the attention of countless people, the light curtain has finally been announced. One of the representatives of the law of no harm with smoke is Ultra World, Diga Ultraman. This is the voiceover that Lin Bai paired in the video. In addition, there is a photo of Dijia that appears in the light curtain. And accompanied by a simple introduction. Giant of Light, Dijia. Everyone in the heavens and realms can clearly see this Ultraman wearing a leather jacket, with eyes like 2 big eggs, who cannot make any expressions or speak. The Kingdom of Light. Quack. Dijia was stunned for a moment. Mysterious 4 Owls and all the other Ultramen present involuntarily turned their gaze to Diga. What? The king of Ultraman was the first to make a sound. As is well known, Ultraman's face was paralyzed and expressionless. If they could make an expression, then the expression of the Auto King would definitely be filled with surprise and doubt. At this moment, the King of Ultras is also extremely confused in his heart. The light curtain of their mysterious 4AO combos that cannot be defeated, why did they first count Diga? And what's the law of no harm with smoke? The King of Ut knew that Diga had just defeated Gitanjal and guarded the earth. Is it true that there is smoke and no harm in this? It was created by Dijia while he was guarding humanity on earth. Cha. Yeah. Saiga and Regio Ultraman are also extremely confused at this moment. Unexpectedly, the first person to take inventory of this light curtain was actually from their country of light. And it's still Dijia. Remembering the law of no harm with smoke, I have experienced the mysterious 4 olds to some extent. Why didn't I count them, but instead counted Diga? This makes the mysterious 4 olds somewhat incomprehensible. Hokage World. Dijia Ultraman. Yuji Boban was stunned for a moment, his eyes bulging. He looked at the photo of Dijia in the picture, his brows furrowed. The already withered skin, coupled with his frown, looked even more unsightly. He carefully scrutinized Diga, convinced that he had never seen such a peculiar species in his lifetime, and even did not know what Ultraman was called. Why haven't you counted me? Isn't the battle between me and Hasalama enough? Is it rare for me to experience scenes where there is smoke but no harm? Why hasn't I been counted? What kind of Ultraman is it? In Uchiha's heart, there was still some disappointment and discomfort. I originally thought that as the god of my own ninja realm, the first to awaken the eternal kaleidoscope and the first to obtain the eye of reincarnation, could be counted. There was no result. Giant World. The Giant of Light. Alan Yeager looked at the photo of Dijia and felt a bit PTSD. Having been tormented by giants for so long, now seeing giants from other worlds, he recalls the fear of being dominated. Is there even a giant in other worlds? Is the entire universe a giant? Mikasa Akman spoke, his eyes filled with unease and disbelief. The first one to be counted is actually a giant. Ah! What the hell is this light curtain up to? Giants from other worlds are all here. The giant outside the wall hasn't been solved yet, here's another one. Fortunately, it's in another world. Come on, the Warhammer giant and the armor giant may not necessarily be weaker than this Diga. Is it really fake? The people inside the wall looked up and looked at Dijia in the light curtain, also very afraid. The fear of being dominated by the giant was an eternal shadow in their hearts. At a time when the heavens and realms were plunged into chaos, the light curtain once again revealed new content. In the depths of the universe, within the M78 Nebula, lies the Kingdom of Light. Many years ago, there were no Ultra Warriors in the Kingdom of Light, and their existence was similar to that of humans. Their technology also reached its peak. However, during the development of a plasma spark tower, an accident occurred and the entire Kingdom of Light suffered erosion from the plasma spark tower. The people of the Kingdom of Light have benefited from misfortune and gained tremendous power, becoming powerful Ultraman warriors. Among these thousands of Ultras, there is one known as the King of Ultras, who commands all Ultras, as Lin Bai's voiceover sounded. The scene within the light screen is also constantly changing. From the emergence of intelligent life in the Kingdom of Light, to their development of technology to its peak, and finally to the unexpected development of plasma spark towers. People are influenced by plasma fireworks towers and become powerful Ultraman warriors. One scene after another was played and reflected in the eyes of everyone in the heavens and all realms. And the final scene of the screen is also frozen on the body of the King of Ut. One Piece World. Plasma Spark Tower. What is that thing? It can give normal people such powerful power. Is it something similar to Devil's Fruit? In a ship on the vast ocean, Luffy raised his eyebrows slightly, his heart deeply shaken. At the same time, he was also very curious about the Plasma Spark Tower. Within Pangu City. The Kingdom of Light. Plasma Spark Tower. I am a murmur to himself. Hokage World. Where is the M78 Nebula? Is this a world within all the heavens and realms? Who is the King of Ultras? How could he possess such powerful strength to command all Ultras warriors? As the gods of the ninja realm, neither Zhu Jian nor I have achieved the level of commanding the entire ninja realm. Uchiha murmured to himself, greatly shocked by the information conveyed in the light curtain. Hey, lascivious fairy! Look, the King of Ultras. Is this King of Ultras equivalent to the Hokage of our village of Kiba? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. The Ties Between Ultraman and the Human Body. 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. The Ties Between Ultraman and the Human Body. Shocked by the world. In the future, I must become Hokage and lead the entire Kiba village. Naruto Vortex looked at the King of OT with a look of admiration and spoke loudly to Zillai. Zillai didn't speak and kept staring at the King of Ot with a serious expression on his face. I don't know who is stronger or weaker than the first Hokage, the most powerful person in this country of light. This Plasma Spark Tower is also strange, it can bestow so many people with powerful power at the same time. Zillai's heart was extremely shaken. As one of the three ninjas, he had traveled far and wide for so many years, and what scenes had he never seen before? He has never seen this scene before. It's true that the small knife hit the buttocks and opened its eyes. This King of Ultras is not simple. I can feel that even the legendary son of prophecy cannot compare to him. At this moment, a toad jumped onto Zillai's shoulder and slowly spoke up. On the other side. The King of Ultras. Uchiha Sasuke frowned and stared closely at the figure of the Auto King in the picture. He, who had just defected, was still eager to become stronger. Now that he has seen the strongest in another world, his heart has also been greatly impacted. Cut. Compared to killing that man, neither the Kingdom of Light nor the King of Ultras is worth mentioning. He pursed his lips, no longer caring about the King of Ultras, and began to continue his cultivation. The shadow that man has brought to his heart is too huge. Death World. The King of Ultras, who commands all Ultras warriors. Hizaki Ichigo, the agent of the Grim Reaper, looked at the King of Ultras in the light curtain and silently pondered in his heart. With Lin Bai's explanation of the M78 Nebula and the Kingdom of Light, it's not just the universe that has exploded. Even in the Kingdom of Light at this moment, many Ultramen are bewildered. Quack. Ultramen such as Diga, Ace, Mobius, Zeta, and Saiga are all turning their attention to the King of Ultraman at this moment. Their eyes seem to say, how did this light curtain know about the affairs of the Kingdom of Light? Even if you know it, it has now been broadcasted to the heavens and all realms, and people from other worlds also know it now. The King of Ultras is very curious about the origin of this light curtain that even their mysterious four orcs cannot break. Their mysterious alliance of the four Olympians did not break this light curtain, and now the light curtain accurately reports all the stories of their Kingdom of Light. This surprised the heart of the King of Ot immensely. At the same time, there is also a sense of awe slowly rising from the heart. Except for the King of Ultraman, the other Ultramen in the Kingdom of Light were also deeply shocked in their hearts. This light curtain knows the details of their Kingdom of Light in every detail. Within the universe prison. TSK. Barrier Ultraman couldn't help but click his tongue and was very curious about what the light curtain was all about. In the light curtain, new content continues to emerge. And Diga, on the other hand, is one of the many Ultramen. 30 million years ago, Earth was known as the Super Ancient Era, and Diga Ultraman had already arrived on Earth. However, at that time, he fell into the Dark Giant for some unknown reasons. After eliminating the monster, Dark Diga and his 3 dark companions defeated all the giants to dominate the ancient world. Subsequently, under the persuasion of the then captain of the Earth Defense Force, Yu Lian, Dark Diga abandoned the dark and turned the abilities of his 3 dark companions into the power of light. He sealed the 3 dark giants and became warriors of light, transforming into a statue to protect the Earth, waiting for the moment when the monster appears. Subsequently, the video entered the main topic and began introducing Diga Ultraman. The scene within the light curtain continues to change. Lin Bai's voiceover also sounded, spreading throughout the heavens and all realms, and reaching the ears of all living beings. As the voiceover fell, the heavens and realms suddenly exploded. 30 million years ago. In the ancient times. What kind of world is this? This Diga Ultraman actually survived for 30 million years. What kind of ability is needed to survive for so long? Even the legendary Big Barrel Wood clan may not be able to achieve it. Yuji Boban was extremely shocked. His 2 reincarnation eyes are trembling at this moment. The Kingdom of Light. There is indeed an even older existence among the various heavens and realms than our Big Tube Wood tribe. On the moon, the reincarnation eyes of the people in the large wooden house slowly rotate, shining brightly with stars. 30 million years ago. IMM and the 5 old stars furrowed their brows slightly. The Kingdom of Light. What country is that? What kind of power can sustain Diga's survival for 30 million years? IMM couldn't help but speak up. What? This giant has survived for a whole 30 million years. Alan Yeager was deeply moved in his heart. Their human lifespan is only a few decades. Those who are lucky can die peacefully, while those who are unlucky may die young at birth. And this Diga giant actually lived for 30 million years. It is worth mentioning that Diga Ultraman, like other Ultra Warriors, also possesses a human body called Daegu. Daegu joined the victory team by chance. He inherited the genes of a super ancient warrior himself, so he could combine with the statue of Diga Ultraman, transform into light and awaken the light giant Diga, who was sleeping inside the pyramid. After introducing the situation of the Kingdom of Light, Lin Bai's voiceover rang out again, beginning to introduce the human form of Diga Ultraman, the Great Ancient. Good guy, it's still divided into the human body and the whole body. And this kind of operation means that the people of Earth will summon Ultraman from the Kingdom of Light and manipulate Ultraman to engage in battle. Can other worlds summon Ultraman? It's indeed a vast world, full of wonders. Indeed, I have gained a lot of knowledge. So, where is the M78 Nebula and the Kingdom of Light? Can people from other worlds reach their world through this light curtain or other means? Beyond the endless ocean, there are all the heavens and all the realms. This is the true treasure. Lu Fei was very excited at the moment. At this moment, everyone in the heavens and realms is discussing passionately. I am very curious about the Kingdom of Light and Daegu revealed by the light curtain just now. Some even have the idea of reaching another world through some special methods, with the aim of reaching the heavens and all realms. I have to say, they dare to think. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. The Great Past Becomes Light. Dijia and Yu Yen Wu. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. The Great Past Becomes Light. Diga and the Bond of Smoke Without Injury. This transformation method is a bit interesting. I just don't know how much Ultraman's combat power is, specifically. Dragon Ball World, the Turtle Fairy is murmuring to himself at this moment. 30 million years later, a meteorite suddenly fell to Earth, and the predicted monster appeared, intending to smash the statue of Diga to prevent its resurrection. A member of the defense team GTUS, Diga, who possesses the genes of a super-ancient human, participated in the operation to prevent the monster from destroying the Diga statue. During the confrontation between the fighter jet and the monster, Diga was accidentally hit by the monster. Just as the plane was about to crash, Diga turned into light. The scene in the light screen suddenly turned into a transformation of Diga Ultraman. After the screen was played, it was a scene where Diga Ultraman landed steadily and the earth trembled. Is this the giant of light? Indeed powerful. Fortunately, he is kind. And it's also a giant that humans have transformed into. In the world of giants, seeing such a huge Diga appear in the air, everyone couldn't help but take a deep breath, but then relax. Hear the words, humans become giants. Alan Yeager frowned fiercely, and his face didn't look very good either. Alan, what's wrong with you? Sanli was somewhat surprised. I'm fine. Alan replied. After successfully transforming into Ultraman, Diga defeated the monster and once again returned to peace on Earth. However, the prophecy clearly stated that not only one monster would appear, the other monsters are currently lurking in the dark, waiting for the moment to appear. Over time, Diga constantly transformed into a Diga, defeating one monster after another and guarding Earth time and time again. All humanity believes that Diga is a hero. No one knows that the person who transformed into Diga to protect the Earth in the dark was a member of the victory team, Diga. Above Mars. Diga shook his head slightly when he saw this. After receiving the divine light stick, he was indeed very low-key. Whether it was his teammates or humans, they never knew it was him who transformed into the Ultraman Diga. Only a few people knew when they were about to fight against Gitangel. Now that Gitangel has been defeated by him, the Earth is completely calm and there is no need to worry about being attacked by monsters anymore. And he immigrated to Mars to live. Now that I see these past memories again, I can't help but feel nostalgic. Throughout his life, Ultraman Diga experienced too many battles and inevitably triggered the law of no harm with smoke when facing some opponents, including battles against the monster Garzot. Accompanied by Lin Bai's voiceover. Everyone in the heavens and realms is staring closely at the light curtain above the sky, afraid of missing any picture. And in the picture, the figure of Garzot also appeared. Garzot's massive body weaves through the tall buildings of the city, looking very terrifying. Below, there are panicked and fleeing crowds, creating a chaotic scene. The numerous Ultramen of the Kingdom of Light are now fully focused on Garzot in the early stages of the scene. Cha! Trega Ultraman looked at the familiar Garzot monster for a moment, and memories flashed through his mind. Not only have I defeated this thing myself, but even Dijia has fought against this monster. This was something he didn't expect. Apart from Trega, there were also a few Ultramen who were also stunned at the moment. They had all fought against Garzot before, and now they saw Garzot here, which was unexpected for everyone. Since a considerable number of people have fought against Garzot, why hasn't this light curtain counted itself? Why is only Dijia counted? In the universe prison. Garzot. Beria Ultraman looked at Garzot and let out a low moan. He is still aware of the monster Garzot. At the beginning, he used the power of the ultimate combat equipment in the monster graveyard to revive various monsters and cosmic beings in the monster graveyard. Subsequently, their bodies were fused together, giving birth to the 100-bodied monster Belliodora. Among these fused monsters, there is the Garzot monster. However, despite being a super monster that blends numerous monsters and cosmic beings, in the end, it still failed to withstand the attacks of numerous Ultramen and ultimately exploded and died. Subsequently, Belia's plan failed and he was once again imprisoned in the cosmic prison built by the King of At. The victorious team's digging well arrived at the scene first. In order to prevent Garzot from harming humans and destroying human cities, he took out a translator and wanted to have a direct conversation with the monster Garzot, hoping to solve the problem in a peaceful way. However, he never expected that Garzot's thinking was vastly different from that of humans. Lin Bai's voiceover rang out again. As the screen turned, the digging well appeared, holding a translator and looking at Garzot, he began to speak. Hello, what's your name? My name is Zui Jing. Digging the well and speaking loudly. Garzot was attracted by his voice, stopped, turned around, and looked at the digging well. We are not your enemies, we are friends. Digging the well continued. Garzot. Likes. Garzot's voice rang out. Garzot. Upon hearing this, Digging Well saw that Garzot had not taken action against him, and immediately felt that it was a good idea to solve the monster peacefully. Is this your name? Please stop getting angry and attacking your friends. So he continued to speak loudly. Friend, it's delicious. Garzot's voice rang out. This translator doesn't work anymore. Digging the well, a bewildered expression appeared on his face as he looked at the translator in his hand. Friend, it's Garzot's food. Garzot's voice rang out. What are you talking about? Digging the well, his face changed greatly, his eyes widened like copper bells, and he lifted his head to look at Garzot. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Mages played as warriors, Wanjie shouts. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Mages played as warriors, Wanjie shouts good guys. Friend, it's delicious. As Garzot spoke, he began walking towards the direction of digging the well. In the distance, Lina quickly pulled out her pistol and began shooting at Garzot. However, the damage that the pistol could cause was completely beyond Garzot's control. Garzot began walking towards the direction of digging the well and Lina, and the two were in danger, with the possibility of being eaten directly by Garzot. At this moment, in the midst of all worlds, a considerable number of people immerse themselves in it, and as they watch Garzot approach, their hearts slowly lift. Suddenly, as the screen rotates, it brings to the unconscious Daegu. At this perilous moment, Daegu suddenly woke up and took out his divine light stick, sliding his hands regularly on his chest, Dijia. With a loud roar, endless light burst out, illuminating the entire light curtain. In the dazzling light, Daegu had transformed into Diga Ultraman. Hokage World. This little thing can transform into a giant of light with just one click. What is this thing? What is it called? A divine light stick. If this Dijia were to be compared to my complete physical needs and abilities, which one would be stronger or weaker? In Uchiha's mind, a picture emerged of himself summoning all of Susanoo. At the beginning, he used the thousands of hands between Susanoo and Zhu to fight for 300 rounds, and the whole tolerance world became a mess. Unfortunately, in the end, they were still defeated by true countless thousand hands. But in the end, the pillars died. He survived. One Piece World. Oh, what a handsome appearance. If this were to be placed at sea, it wouldn't have caused a huge tsunami. Luffy couldn't help but exclaim in surprise as he watched Dijia appear handsome, landing on the ground and the earth trembling. Sauron, Nami, and others were also watching intently. In Panga City. I want to see what skills you have that will be counted first. IMM sneered and was very curious about what was so unusual about Diga Ultraman that he was the first to be counted. Giant World. It's really the giant of light that humans have transformed into. Can humans transform into giants? Is it because of the divine light stick he holds in his hand? Not everyone has said that this ancient world has ancient human genes or something, so it can transform into a Diga. It's not enough just to get the divine light stick, you still need to have some special genes in your body. The people inside the wall speak word by word. Alan Yeager's face was not very good looking, but when he saw Dijia, his face relaxed a bit. This is, encountering the same kind. When the fellow villagers saw him, Tears welled up in his eyes. Dragon Ball World. It's so big, so big. This giant. What is his combat power? I can't even see it. The turtle immortal took out an instrument to check the combat effectiveness, but he couldn't see the specific combat effectiveness of Dijia at all. Only 3 question marks were displayed on it. It seems that this person's combat power has also exploded. Wukong spoke up. Everyone in the heavens and all realms is fully focused on the image within the light curtain. The battle between Dijia and Garzot has already begun. I saw Dijia kick on Garzot's chin, and Garzot was caught off guard. He was kicked dozens of meters away by this big flying foot and fell to the ground. The picture began to change. Garzot and Dijia's punches and kicks combined, and for a moment, the scene was very chaotic. Diga Ultraman, originally a mage character skilled in using light, began to participate more in melee battles under the control of Daegu. Because Daegu believed that as a righteous Ultraman, one should not just stand on the side and engage in long-range attacks, but should bravely step forward and fight face to face with the enemy. What? The heavens and all realms, countless people feel that their minds cannot turn around. Ah. He's actually a wizard. Good guy, you told me that Diga, who will give the monster 2 big flying feet when he goes up here, is a mage AO. Do you believe it? Anyway, I don't believe it. Battle mage, right. I've really gained a lot of insight. However, to be honest, this human body understands a mage who attacks from a distance and a warrior who completes close combat, but unfortunately not much. After the initial confusion, countless people began to tease and roast. Even in the Kingdom of Light. A group of Ultramen also stared directly at Diga, with a somewhat strange atmosphere. Exactly. Dijia can't tolerate this eerie atmosphere. He really wants to say, Daegu is Daegu, what does it have to do with me, Dijia? Oh, at best it's just an interpersonal entity. Who said that mages must attack from afar? There's nothing wrong with close combat. Tellman underestimated one sentence. The brothers glanced at Ace and was about to say something, but remembered a past event and couldn't speak for a moment. After all, this one can also be considered a mage. Wielding an 8-pointed light wheel as a chainsaw, crazily sawing Zeta's melee mage. In the picture, the battle of Dijia is still ongoing. It can be seen that Dijia has a great advantage, and these 2 flying kicks are very accurate, while Garzot, when fighting, is like a child, and cannot have any advantage at all. Then, Dijia lifted his right fist, and lightning flashed continuously above his fist. Diga punched fiercely towards Garzot, hitting him solidly on his body. The latter was thrown out and fell to the ground, causing his eyes to dim. Just as Dijia thought that Garzot was dead and preparing to fly away, Garzot suddenly pretended to be a corpse, stood up, and fiercely bit Dijia's arm with great force. Diga tried several times to break free, but all of them ended in failure. A world of cautious warriors. Cut. After defeating the enemy, he didn't repair his sword and turned his back directly to the enemy. If it were me, I would never have made such a low-level mistake. Longgong Yuan Shengzai looked coldly at Dijia, who had been bitten by Garzot, and murmured softly. Indeed, as he said, if he had gone up there, he would never have made such a low-level mistake. Even if the enemy of the villain dies, he will raise his sword a few more times to prevent the enemy from suddenly pretending to be a corpse and attacking him when he is unprepared. When buying armor, he has to buy 3 at once, 1 for direct use, 1 for backup, and 1 for backup to avoid accidents, as there will be no armor available. In terms of caution, if Saizai claims to be second, then no one dares to claim first. Get a stable batch. One Piece World. Is that all you have? IMM sneered, not understanding why the first person to be counted was Dijia. No matter where you look at it, the combat effectiveness of this Dijia is not as good as himself. It's a bit exaggerated in terms of lifespan, surviving for 30 million years. In fact, Dijia did not just survive for 30 million years, but even longer, surpassing 30 million years. The 30 million years here are based on the chronology of humanity on Earth. If such people can be counted, then I will definitely be counted as well. IMM looked at Diga in the picture and murmured to himself. In fact, he is not interested in being counted, after all, he has always been very low-key. If it is really counted, it will inevitably be played to the heavens and realms, which may be a bit high-profile. But the problem is, after the inventory is completed, the inventoried can still receive a certain reward. This makes I'm very excited. This light curtain is so magical that he is not even his opponent. The rewards brought by such a powerful light curtain are definitely extraordinary. P.S. New books require flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Everyone's support is the motivation for authors to code their words. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Garzot with Crotch Explosion. Ace. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Chapter 10. Garzot with Crotch Explosion. Ace. As we all know, monsters have no sense of pain. The battle between Ultraman and the Garzot monster is still ongoing at this moment. Dijia still hasn't broken free from Garzot. At this moment, suddenly New City piloted a fighter jet and fired a laser directly at Garzot's forehead, helping Dijia break free from his constraints. Garzot felt pain and took a few steps back, but the laser did not cause him much damage. It opened its mouth and condensed a glowing shell, heading straight towards Dijia. The scene inside the light screen constantly changes. Garzot and Diga were fighting in the air, and after a while, they landed on the ground again. At the same time, Diga found that a red light had already been lit up on his chest. After experiencing a fierce battle, Diga's energy was already limited, not much energy left. Are we going to lose the battle? At this level? No, this means there's no energy left. If I were to go over, I would slap this monster and kill it. Where is there smoke without harm? Why haven't I seen it yet? After hearing Lin Bai's voiceover, people from all over the world were momentarily stunned and began to speculate. In the light curtain. Garzot quickly opened his mouth and launched a series of attacks directly on Diga. One shining shell after another attacked Diga at a very fast speed. Bomb! 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 I saw several shells landing on Dijia's body, emitting a series of loud noises. Dijia's figure was somewhat unstable. As these attacks fell, a lot of smoke appeared around. Garzot saw the opportunity and continued to launch an attack, firing dozens of shells. Only a portion of these shells landed on Dijia, while a significant portion landed on the ground. For a moment, Dijia was completely surrounded by smoke. Can such an attack kill Dijia Ultraman? Impossible, absolutely impossible. Pay attention to the question review, there is smoke coming up here. Diga will definitely not be injured. It's hard to say, Dijia has run out of energy, and this kind of attack may not be able to withstand. At this moment, the gaze of everyone in the heavens and all worlds fell on the screen of light. At this moment, the light screen image has been blocked by smoke that blocks the sky and the sun, so everyone doesn't know what the situation of Diga is like now. Although the theme of the law is that there is smoke without injury, it is impossible for Diga to suffer such a terrifying attack without any injuries, right? Therefore, everyone is very curious, wanting to know the result after the smoke dissipates. After a few seconds, the smoke began to slowly dissipate. I saw Dijia squatting in place, hands crossed in front of his head. He slowly stood up, his whole body already showing red. The smoke around him did not completely dissipate, and there were still some faint signs. Diga stood among the remaining smoke, not only unscathed, but even took the opportunity to transform into a new form. Seeing this, Garzot opened his mouth and looked dumbfounded. Good guy, there is indeed no harm from smoking. Is it reasonable that such a terrifying attack could not have injured Diga Ultraman? I'm afraid it's a bit unreasonable. After all, at this point, Diga has already fallen into a state where his energy is about to be depleted. In this state, Garzot's monster cannot cause damage to him yet. So, how many dishes does Garzot have to be? Is it possible that it was Dijia Tai Chang? The people of the heavens and all realms looked at Dijia, who was unharmed. Everyone felt incredulous. Although the theme of the inventory is smoke without harm, facing such a terrifying attack and still surviving unscathed is still too shocking. Faced with Garzot's attack, Diga switches to a red powerful state. In this form, Diga's entire strength and defense have been strengthened several times. I see, under that kind of fierce attack, Diga switched forms, which triggered the law of smoke without damage. One Piece World. Portkas D.Ace, listening to Lin Bai's narration, murmured softly. I finally understood why Diga triggered the law of no harm with smoke when his energy was about to run out. The root cause was that he switched his form. He is very interested in this. Switching forms, strengthening strength and defense, is it equivalent to the dominance of our world? Ace pondered. He suddenly remembered the first time he released his domineering aura. At that time, he was still young, only about 10 years old. Seeing his younger brother Luffy about to be attacked, he unconsciously released his domineering aura and stunned the enemy who wanted to attack him. At the moment of releasing his domineering aura, he could clearly feel the changes in his body. This change should be equivalent to Diga switching to a powerful form, right? After all, it's a different world with different power systems. Therefore, Ace can only speculate and cannot determine. Dragon Ball World. Switching forms is equivalent to me transforming into a Super Saiyan, right? Sun Wukong looked at the light curtain and slowly fell into contemplation. It seems that this ultra world is not that simple. That's right, after all, those who can be counted may have some good qualities. Not just Ace and Sun Wukong. Amidst all the heavens and all the realms, many people have developed a strong interest in the ability of Diga to switch forms. At the same time, it also makes sentient beings vaguely feel that the ultra world is not just as simple as the giant of light. As for the secrets hidden in this world, it still depends on the inventory announcement. In a moment, countless people's expectations rose to an unprecedented level. Lin Bai's voice continued to recall. Seeing Dijia switch forms, Garzot had a bad premonition and wanted to launch a fatal attack on Dijia. Unexpectedly, he killed himself in an extremely cruel way. In the picture, Garzot opened his mouth, and a purple ball of light erupted from his mouth, carrying unparalleled energy and pressure, releasing towards Diga. But the next moment, he was easily held in his hands by Dijia. Diga injected energy into the light sphere, and the originally purple light sphere instantly turned golden, and its volume more than doubled. Exactly. Diga threw a golden ball of light towards Garzot. Garzot's body soared into the air, trying to dodge Diga's attack. However, after hitting the ground, the light ball not only did not explode, but instead reflected back into the air and exploded directly in Garzot's crotch. Garzot, send it. Hiss. At this moment, amidst the myriad realms of heaven and earth, Chi remembered the sound of gasping for air, one after another, and countless people felt a chill in their pants. Well, this Garzot is also too miserable. He died just because he died, but the result was still an explosion in his crotch. Luffy covered his pants with shock on his face. Sometimes, death is not scary, what's scary is how to die, anyway he doesn't want to be bombed. The Kingdom of Light. The gaze of the crowd fell once again on Diga, and even the King of Ut couldn't help but look at Diga. Originally, taking advantage of Gatangel's death, the orcs invited Diga, a local hero of Earth, to discuss the matter of the universe. Unexpectedly, not only did they encounter inventory, but they also made Diga stand out. It's just that the trend seems a bit strange. It's okay, even if it explodes in the crotch, what's wrong? As we all know, monsters don't feel pain. At this moment, Essa Tellman spoke. The gaze of the crowd fell on Ace again, unable to express in a word. Monsters have no sense of pain, wrong. Ace thinks the monster doesn't feel pain, right? P.S. New books require flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Everyone's support is the motivation for authors to code their words. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.